Hello everybody, Zerda back again with Team Top Deck, and today we've got an interesting deck to play, calling it Cat Pants because, well, that's what it is. You have your cats, where is it? And you have your pants. So basically this is just an amalgamation of that deck you might have seen flying around on Arena involving Hateful Eidolon and removal spells in a Lurrus, well, enchantment-based removal spells in a Lurrus deck. I decided that the best part of a Lurrus deck is Witch's Oven Cauldron Cat, and it, helps you close out games that might otherwise get backed. And All That Glitters also counts artifacts, something Witch's Oven both is and produces. So you can get a double pump. It still has synergy with All That Glitters. It lets your Ajani's Pridemate work off of not only your lifelink creatures, but also your cat to get to absolutely absurd sizes still. We have one copy of Dawn of Hope because we have a lot of different ways to gain life, and this card can draw you an absolutely ridiculous amount of cards if you have a Cauldron Familiar out. Just paying 2 mana for every reanimation of it to draw an extra card is pretty good, and it turns your extra foods into something useful. Interesting synergy. This is a food. The cat can eat the Ginger Brute. So if your opponent points a removal spell at your Ginger Brute, while you have a cat in their yard, you can just sacrifice the Ginger Brute to bring back the cat. Also, Ginger Brute, pretty good to drop in All That Glitters on, given you can make it pretty hard to block. I do need to get myself a few more temples. I would probably play 3 in this deck, maybe 2. I'm not sure I'd go up to 4 in a deck that wants to have everything coming into play untapped and swinging early. That said, I'm not sure if I even like the Fabled Passage, given how low to the ground this can be, so maybe I go up to 4, drop down even to less Fabled Passages, and just accept that I'm going to have a lot of tap lands. And the reason between the 3 Mars Grasp, 3 Deadweight is mana efficiency against the aggressive decks, better against things like Annex and bigger things, and we want to have a good split of both. Also, this kills Bonecrusher Giant, which can be relevant. And Lurrus bringing them back is a considerable amount of card advantage, even before you consider that you can just draw cards off of them with Hateful Eidolon. I believe we also have 22 lands. Let me check. 21 lands. Alright, so I did drop that down. And so if we have mana problems, you know it's my fault. And let's jump right into it. I did consider playing Starfield Mystic, whenever a enchantment is put into your graveyard from play, you put a 1/1 counter on him, and I think you gain a life too. But I figured Ajani's Pridemate just gets way, way bigger than that, so I'd play him instead. On the play, no white mana. If there was, this would be a pretty good hand with a turn 1 Islid, turn 2 Ajani. As it stands, I'm just going to mull it. Alright. Turn 1 Ginger Brute, turn 2 Ajani, and then we get to start growing it. I don't think we need 2 Ginger Brute here. Yeah, don't need double Ginger Brute. There's some thought I can give to putting an All That Glitters on the Ginger Brute to make it a 3/3 next turn. But that's going to kind of depend on what my opponent does here. Gutterbones? So I don't think they're the version that's likely to punish me too heavily for not making this very big. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to scry first. I'm not playing the Pridemate this turn. I just want to see what I might have drawn, if there is a reason to not put the Sentinel's Eyes on the Brute. But there isn't, so I'll hit them for 2 now. Alright, that is what I was worried about. Next turn, I'm going to go ahead and deploy the Ajani's Pridemate as some sack fodder, as much as I would love to start really suiting up the Ginger Brute. Ginger Brute just being more valuable, as it is both an artifact for our artifact count, and more relevantly, is something that, we can make unblockable. at least for their deck. Here's their Enforcer. They can make a sack now. I imagine they'll be attacking first, which is unfortunate for us because we're going to have to let it go through, and they'll be able to bring it back. Oh, why not? So, not sure what we want here. I guess we want a deadweight, so we can deadweight the priest, all that glitters the Ginger Brute. Swing in for an absurd amount of damage. I think the opponent messed up, unless they have something else they really want to drop. Because I'd personally rather use all of my mana in their shoes. If they can't do that, that'd be a little awkward, but they can, so. We really need that deadweight. No blocks. My turn. Well, don't always get there. Alright, so let's see. I don't think I want to grow it either. So then I'd attack for not anywhere near enough to make me happy about what I've done. Just be sure I can actually get in first. Attack. Go ahead and sack the land. I'll grab another plains here. I guess I'll grab a swamp. Play out the Lurrus. Plan on sacking and then replaying the Ginger Brute for a few turns here. Or at least until I can do anything better. I'll put in all that glitters on the Lurrus. Start gaining an absurd amount of life. At least for such small mana investment. But I'm not liking the position we're in. Right, Ginger Brute. Oop. And I think there goes the game. I'm struggling to see a card that gets us out of this. At least in our deck. Huh. Wouldn't that have been nice last turn? Alright, so now we'd have to kill the Lurrus 3. Nope, that's lethal already. So we're gonna go ahead and concede here. Drew the Mire's Grasp a turn too late there. Although I suppose with the Heartless Act it wouldn't have been as relevant. And let's play again. Yeah, the repetitive removal of their creature there is probably not something we want to face. We're looking to face a little bit of the, or a few more of the decks on the slower end of the spectrum. Alright, so let's see. On the play, turn 1 Hateful Eidolon. If they play any creatures, we're good. No, suppose not slower, but less removal heavy. I think the only deck that plays Zirda is the Cycling deck. Maybe they're Super Friends? I don't know. Is that Interplanar Beacon? Nope. Alright, so here we're going to go ahead, play Plains, start growing our Hateful Eidolon. And we're outside of Bone Crusher Giant range, not that they could play it. Yep, there we go. It's good for us. Deadweight their Flourishing Fox, draw a card. Nope, this doesn't have to be a creature we control that died with our enchantment on it, just any. I'll gain a little bit more life. Make a 3/4 Vigilance Lifelinker that draws us cards. We're approaching Siege Rhino territory dangerously quickly here, as far as absurd creatures. drain them for 1. Increase our clock. We'll be able to remove likely anything through a combination of Mire's Grasp, Lurrus, and Deadweight next turn. So, we're not in too much of a hurry here. Alright, that Fox we're going to Mire's Grasp. Ooh, excellent. So I didn't need to do that first, but there isn't much reason to wait here. Just trying to get it all out quickly. I suppose I should have done this first because I might draw something else I want to play more. Not sure what I might want to play more, but I might have. Oh, I'm afraid that is a -3, -3. Looks like they're getting their triggers out of the way first too, though. Yep, there we go. I would have drawn the land I'd have rather played first. And so groweth the Pridemate. Next turn, Lurrus plus removal spell will also draw us a card. Alright, so we won't be able to kill everything. A little unfortunate there. Play a Swamp. Lurrus. Deadweight. And our opponent has seen enough. And that's the power of this deck. When we get to drop the Hateful Eidolon and start removing things, and drawing cards, and then using Lurrus to buy back our removal and draw cards at the same time. Also while gaining life to put the possibility of a race out of the potential things we could have happen to us. I've also considered just trying one of the mono white aggro decks that might be interested in the what do you call it? Just to go all in on All That Glitters, which is a really powerful card when we draw it and get to actually deploy. Alright, so here I think I'm gonna lead on the Ginger Brute and get in. I don't need to lead on the Hateful Eidolon or the Witch's Oven. I'm just gonna try and maximize damage here when I don't know what the opponent's on. And this way I get to get in for 1 now, potentially more later. Alright. So I'm not going to want to grow it. I'm going to want to bring down the cat and an oven. If they had mana up, I'd have obviously played the oven first, but as it stands, I feel fine doing it this way. End our turn. Next turn it's looking like Sentinel's Eyes and Oven. Alright, so here I don't much care. I doubt they're going to shock us. The Triome deck tends to play Scorching Dragonfire. Well, I say Triome deck, but what I mean to say is the what's its name? No, I'm not even going to Sentinel's Eyes, I'm going to Hateful Eidolon. It tends to be the Reclamation deck. That's what I'm most worried about when I see Temur, no companion. Hello, Uro. Let's get this out of the way now. I'm glad we decided to maximize damage here because, as you can see, we're going to need every point. Our removal isn't actually going to be good in this matchup, and our opponent's going to be gaining some life. So, the card we most want is All That Glitters, and I think we would just staple it onto our Hateful Eidolon. No, we'd staple it onto Ginger Brute still. Although, with this, I am going to put it on the Eidolon. Gaining some life is fine, but I'd rather have a giant unblockable guy than a small unblockable guy. We get 2 more drains here. The cat essentially hitting for 3 a turn. Alright, so we're gonna have to start being careful. We won't bring our cat back, because we really need it to stay around. The second time at least. Trying to play around Scorching Dragonfire. we wouldn't be defending our other creatures over the cat. Alright, there we go, Gingerbrute. And there's a potential they make a there's a potential they make a 2/2 here. I think I did this wrong. I think I should have put on the Sentinel's Eyes and swung. I don't want to just play into a removal spell though. So I'm gonna hedge my bets and just be willing to lose a 2/2 to a shark and get in for some damage while the getting in is good. Alright, that takes away all of my fear of that. I was gonna say it would also let us bring back the cat in a valuable way. Alright, and I think we're basically there. Our opponent just needs to fill up the graveyard for Uro, because they don't really have any other reasonable place. No other real ways to gain life. And Cat Oven's slow but inevitable drain will get us there. Unless, of course, we are actual factual dead. Let's start by draining out our opponent a little here. Before we make our opponent go through all of the motions involving tapping and untapping of lands. And the last cat sack. Alright. That resolves, opponent. Ooh, they have nothing. Or no, they were tapped out before. That's different. There's a 3/3 that can't block our Gingerbrute. Either of them. Lead on a scry, I suppose. I'd rather hit something a little more impactful than that. So let's go. Can't be blocked. Oh, there we go. Just trying to figure out how to tell which one I'd already done. Has a nice little indicator there, though. Alright. I will sacrifice a Gingerbrute then. You can resolve that. Bring back cat. And the opponent doesn't quite seem to see that the writing is on the wall already. This is in fact lethal. And struggling to think, is there anything they could have here that would save them? Nope. Alright, and that's why we play the cat. Saw last game how the drawing cards and just killing everything, and especially with Lurrus, was pretty good. Saw this game why the cat is still quite powerful. And so we go into the next game. And see what we can do. I'm gonna, on the draw, this isn't great. I'm gonna keep it though, just off of the power of turn 1, turn 2. Especially against mono red. So Bone Crusher Giant is a concern, but I don't think it's our greatest concern. Successfully holding off our opponent's attack. I'll give half a second's thought to deploying something besides the Ajani's Pridemate, and then deploy the Pridemate anyway. No attacks. Holds off attacks a little bit better than a 1-1. Whew. Alright. Opponent's got the big boy pants on. So here we're going to... No, we're going to make sure we gain at least 1 life. And if we... I was going to say if they shock so that we can't do anything there, so be it. I played the wrong land, but alas. Attack for 1 to gain some life here. Continue growing the Ajani's Pridemate. Phew. Alright, we're gonna take some damage really fast here. We are gaining life, but do need to be careful. I'm giving some thought to trading off the Islid. Resolve all of those. My thought behind the process being we'd be able to play it again next turn with Lurrus, and we can't guarantee we get to play something next turn with Lurrus otherwise. So I'm going to. It'll also grow the Pridemate a little bit more. Having a massive Pridemate is definitely something we enjoy. We're flooding a little, but not too badly. Grab plains. Play Lurrus, which is another lifelinky threat. And all will attack Chandra. No matter how they block here, we gain life. Alright, goodbye Chandra. Hello, even bigger Pridemate. And I don't think our opponent can get there from here. They have 2 cards in hand, a Fervent Champion and a Cavalcade. Yeah, that's the lifelink coming in, I guess. Man, I'm not used to winning that much while I'm making videos. Or playing formats other than very old modern formats and Legacy. Gotta make some more Legacy videos for you guys sometime. Please, leave a comment down below if that's something you'd like to see. It would have to be on MTGO, obviously. Also, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. It really helps the channel grow, and honestly, every time I see another interaction, it makes me feel pretty good about myself. You want me to feel good about myself, right? Not horrible people who are just here to watch me fail. Well, Opponent goes first, they're Yorion. I'm gonna keep... I was just trying to figure out which card I was going to deploy first. Honestly, I'm just gonna hope I draw things that will help me aggro my opponent out. Ooh, is this Yorion Elementals? If so, I think that's the best thing we could hope for. From a Yorion deck, at least. Alright. Here comes the Ginger Brute. And it's watching. It's got some ooh. Well, that's why you don't let Auto Tapper make your life choices for you. I'll play out the Hateful Eidolon, maybe? Yeah, I'll play out Hateful Eidolon. suppose it's more mana efficient for if I need to deadweight a potential Risen Reef this turn. Although it's not looking like what this is. Oh, I thought that was the Teamer Triumph for a second. Instead of the very obvious fact that it was the Jeskai. No sweeper, please. Well, I guess it's not a sweeper. Next, we'll make sure that Narset doesn't go digging any deeper.
My mind needs a rest.
And we will go ahead and scry land to the bottom before deploying our cat and ending the turn. Suppose I could have put the Sentinel's Eyes on one of my creatures and swung in, but oh, Yorion fires. Okay, now I see what's happening. It's a very, very good version of the Yorion deck.
Don't worry, I got it.
Alright, so Cat's going to hit Teferi. Sentinel's Eyes are going on a creature. We're gonna go ahead and shuffle. Nothing we really wanted to keep at the bottom. Have Plains. Put it on Gingerbrute, the creature less likely to be sacrificed arbitrarily. And you go there. You as well. Teferi doesn't like cats. I suppose he's a bit more of a dog person.
This is hardly my worst defeat.
And end the turn. Now I've been thinking of trying to find a deck for Lavinia, the blue-white 2/2 that prevents you from casting spells without paying mana, or casting spells that cost more mana than you have lands. I think it's good against fires and reclamation. Just can't really think of how I want to build it. Alright, no problem. I think they're trying to tempt us into playing out the Lurrus.
That's more like it.
And I'm not sure if I'm just going to go for it or not. Alright, that's an excellent draw there. Definitely makes me less tempted to, you know, just straight up play into what our opponent wants us to do. So Teferi doesn't matter for a while, and this being the second one. Let's see, 4, 5. I'm gonna swing all in at them, because unless they do something, I have them dead next turn. Well, I suppose that's not entirely true. Oof. Alright. This is unfortunate. Forgot about the Shark Typhoon. Fun with that. And I'm gonna go ahead and kill the shark while I can. Just to help prevent them from getting too much of a comeback. I suppose I might have wanted... No.
Trust me, I have a plan.
Not much and I'm gonna get Agent of Treachery. Alright, I no longer think we're in a good spot, even remotely.
Show the city of Dragon who real monsters are.
Suppose they'll take my Witch's Oven?
I can do better than you.
Which, even though it sucks, isn't the end of the world. See if they blink and try and take a ginger brute. If they do, I'll be able to sacrifice it.
We will meet again.
Next time you will
Go.
be so lucky.
So we do need to end this very quickly now. I'm not entirely sure what our best chance here is. Solve.
Stand by and watch.
Oh, they're gonna take a land instead.
The world, whether Ikoria is ready or not.
Tap it so they can't use it. Bring out. And how do we get there from here? They get to get another agent next turn. Yeah, I'm not seeing a way out of this. And our opponent has it here. We just couldn't really compete with Luca into Agent of Treachery. It's kind of a little more powerful than what we're doing down here on the low end of the curve. Against them, we're way more interested in the hand of All That Glitters. I suppose I should have mulled for it, but I'm still fairly new to this, so this is a learning experience for all of us. Alright. Playing against Yorion. This time we will mull and hope to hit an All That Glitters hand. Well, here's an All That Glitters hand, and one of the better ones, considering it'll already have a count of 2 and we'll be able to deploy more quickly. I guess it's unfortunate that we're not going to be able to play on curve even a little here, but I do think we keep, as this is a pretty fast hand, all other things considered. It will grow the Eidolon incredibly quickly, at least. You know, Temple. Yeah, we do want the cat. Just for the Witch's Oven synergy, we're going to want to have a consistent source of damage here. Drop the Eidolon. Drop the Fabled Passage. Pass the turn on back. Not sure what color we're gonna grab here. And yeah, as you can see, my problem with the tap lands in this deck made very abundantly clear here. If we'd been able to go turn 1, turn 2, we'd have already hit them for, I believe, 3. As it stands, at least we'll be able to hit them for a sizable chunk next turn. And if we draw a land, even more. We will also be attacking them, not the Tamiyo. I'm going to save that for when Tamiyo down ticks and can be killed in one shot instead of trying to race that and them. Grabbing a plains here. Deploy the All That Glitters onto the Hateful Eidolon. And again, they could hit some removal, but it would take 3 hits, and I'd rather have that be a little bit faster of a clock on them. And I'm not sure if next turn I want to deploy Cat and Oven, or Oven and Eidolon, or even just, not Eidolon, Aislib. Might even just want to deploy this to leave up protection and pump, but I doubt that's where I'm going to want to be. Alright. 2 on top is quite far away from what we were hoping. I imagine it's a Fires of Invention, though. Nissa. Alright, next turn they'll be able to buy back their fires and start multi-spelling with complete impunity. So, here now, gonna deploy Witch's Oven and the cat because it is the same clock as deploying Double Oven. Now that I can sacrifice the cat, make a treasure, or not a treasure, a food, and hit them for 5. Just in case they already have another fires, I'd rather just hit them. They don't have enough islands. No, they do. Alright, so we might just get Agent of Treachery and lose on the spot, but I don't think there's much we can do about that. Let's see. But you are seeing how fast of a clock we can put up. Alright, resolve. We'll be able to kill their creature, draw a card. Bit of a shame, it'll prevent us from continuing our own plan though. So a bit surprised they didn't down tick grab fires, play fires, play Nissa here if they're not going to play another spell. Maybe they just... What are they digging for then? Agent of Treachery. Yep. We will gladly take their free 3 damage swing here. Bring back the cat. Deploy Mire's Grasp on their forest. Hope we draw land here. Shame we didn't. I'd rather have the life gain, so I'm going to sacrifice the cat, because otherwise it is the same. There we go. Hit them for 5. And our opponent is 1 turn away from dead, I believe. 3, 2, 1, 0. Yeah. They have to do something big now, or... Well, that qualifies as big. Should have kept my mouth shut. Genesis Ultimatum can really swing this. Suppose this is the Alian Chaucy. No, not all. Ariana Mengucci. Teamer Fires deck. Alright, well, I don't think they have anything here. Don't think that does it for them. They're able to bounce the Hateful Eidolon. We don't really care. We just bring back our cat. Go from there. Suppose we do it on our turn, right? Because 1, 2, 3. Yeah. We don't even need to do it yet. -3, what are they returning? Oh, no. Oh, they haven't plus their Nissa. Okay. They're gonna gain life. Get out of cat range. We're still not in a bad spot though. They've only gained 3, that buys them 1 turn. Suppose I should have now brought back the cat actually. But I don't think it makes too much of a difference. We'll also play out the Ajani's Pridemate. And go on the... They need to have a plan for both this, which currently is just have it eat a land every turn until they all become indestructible. But also for our cat, which is going to continue draining them. This is also going to be quite a good blocker.
Let me aid your
Alright. If they hit Agent of Treachery, we're in a bad spot though. Now. Because taking the ovens drastically slows the clock. And until then they can gain some life. Resolves. How many? With the cameo out, the Ura is going to be quite large at all times. I think they drew the Agent of Treachery.
The land fights for us.
New to Fairy.
Let's
Alright, so
slow
we
this
won't get to
down.
block, but our life total is not really under any pressure here. Not quite yet at least.
Let's try this.
Bring back the cat. We're going to block a land. Sacrifice cat. You know, the old song and dance. Goodbye, cat. I think our best bet here is just getting this out of the way right now. More land so we can deploy more of our hand. We got pretty close, and it looks like our opponent started to stabilize after. Unfortunate, but not much that we can do about it. So I'll play Najani's Pridemate. Something to start blocking. I'll play out the Hateful Eidolon with the intention of trying to go over them at some point and continue gaining enough life. Yeah, I think they're very likely to hit an agent on us next turn though, and if they hit the agent on the oven, we're basically just done here. One top. Well, there we have it. Gonna alt their Nissa as well. And that is about all we can take. It's not really a way out anyway, and that was our best one, was to continue using the cat there. We came close, but the tap lands were a bit too much to overcome the negative tempo. As you can see, we got them to a position where if we'd had access to the untapped mana, they would have been dead, which is kind of a downside, and why I'm not really liking the temples, even if I had more of them. Probably wouldn't change anything except for the fetch being a temple. I'll keep and lead on Gingerbrute. Actually, wait. I think that doesn't change leading on Gingerbrute, though. Yeah, I still lead on the brute. Just means that I will not be all that glittering on turn 2. For shame. I suppose that's a bit dangerous given that they are liable to have Bone Crusher Giant. That'd be a perfect use of their mana this turn. So yeah, there'd been some debate there of me wanting to instead go Oven and Cat, but I opted for the higher risk, higher reward line. And let's see, I think I go Oven and Cat this turn. Start blocking, start pinging. Wasn't before because I wanted to keep damaging them. And this is probably going to be the end of their attacks, or not. And there you go. If they don't play a creature, I will just bring back my cat. And if they tap out, I will just bring back my cat, in case I draw a removal spell. Suppose if I drew a Johnny's Pridemate, that'd be bad, but we didn't. Dawn of Hope to start drawing some cards here. And pass turn. Really want to draw some removal, though. I'd like a Mire's Grasp, or even a Deadweight here. Oof. Especially now that they're going to be 2/1s. Block. And sacrifice. I suppose since it's making food, I'm really sacrificing it. Take our beats. No damage from the giant. Resolve their light up the stage. Dodger. And if they tap completely out, I don't think I have any reason to want to. Alright, excellent. Hateful Eidolon is a way to start gaining a little bit of life here. Amulet of Life's Bounty. Another one. Wasn't for that first strike, we'd be going in, but as it stands, we have nothing to gain and everything to lose. Alright. It's not great. It means that the Hateful Eidolon would only be trading and not eating a 1/1 or preventing it from swinging in the first place. A lot of damage. Let's gain our measly 1 life. And I think I'm gonna throw my Islid under the bus to eat the Tin Street Dodger. Oh wait, no, cannot block. Shame, shame. Alright, and there we take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We have a decent amount of damage on the swing back. We'll gain a bit of life. If we draw on all that glitters, we want as many creatures as we can have, so I'll just block like that. Sacrifice cat. All that glitters is by far our best draw here. Shame, shame. Not sure what the plan is now. All other than exactly what it was before, I suppose. Better in other matchups. I'm a little late to the party there, aren't you? Islid of Life's Bounty. Second cat. Wish we were able to draw, but instead we will pass the turn. Gonna try and preserve as many of our enchantment creatures as we can, although I don't think we're gonna manage to. Especially not with an Obosh. So, sacrifice cat. The just going to soak up a little bit of damage cat. Actually, with these I'm able to drop that there. Then I'll give protection to it. Oh wait, this is blocking the wrong creature. Should be there. And let's see, that's too much damage. 612 still? Oof. Eight, still too much? Oh, that's actually exactly as many as we have to block. Alright, so you. Dang, I should have blocked with it. My mistake. Give you protection. Submit. From red. You. Get sacrificed. As do you. And that's the best we can hope for there. And I believe that's it. We didn't draw what we needed. And they have way too many creatures. So we'll do what we can, but I'm pretty sure that is too little too late. So we get to go up to 2. We have to block every first striker. And none of this matters. They have us with an 8 damage burn spell. Alright, and so we're going to head into the last game here. Really wish we could draw a removal against the red decks where we actually want it, but them's the breaks, just the variance of Magic. You gotta learn to roll with those punches and accept sometimes you draw the wrong half of your deck, and also accept the fact that that is a cost of deck building. Having a wrong half of your deck to draw is in fact something that is part of the game. Alright, so opponent goes first. Yorion Sky Nomad. We have an All the Glitters Hateful Eidolon. Wish we had a white source for it, but them's the breaks. Of course, if we had a white source, I think we'd be doing turn 2 Ajani's instead. Alright. And just to conserve as much damage as we can, even though it's a shame we can't bring it out after the Pride Mates, we will play out the cat. And conceal our second color as long as we possibly can. Alright, I imagine we're gonna see a Hateful Eidolon bounced here.
You'll thank me later.
So imagine this is gonna be another Hateful Eidolon deck. Or another Agent of Treachery, I mean to say. Which truly is a shame. I'm gonna play double creature here, which I know plays into their potential wrath effects, but it has the highest potential upside.
Oh, I've done the hero thing before.
Alright. More than happy to see an Narset.
I am just the trick for this.
No. Alright. Putting all that glitters onto the Hateful Eidolon. And we'll have it attack Narset, and these two attack Teferi. Actually, do I just want Teferi dead no matter what? No, I think I'm okay if it lives for one turn.
Suppose that's how it was meant to
Alright, there we go. Did give my opponent the choice there, but no matter what, I did kill one of the walkers, and I kind of wanted them both gone. Never know if they'd want to also just throw something in front of an Islid to try and keep their thing alive, which they would have done otherwise. So it was really just saying, giving them the opportunity to lose their creature. Here I'm a little conflicted as to what I want to do. On the one hand, I want to Sentinel's Eyes and Ajani's. On the other, I kind of want to conserve, or Ajani's, I suppose. On the other hand, kind of want to conserve. I'm gonna play the Ajani's Pridemate. And, hold up, let's see. You two attack there. You attack and the Narset, so I can start playing cards should they deploy threats.
I still have
2
much
lifelink instances means 2 counters on the Pridemate. Shatter the Sky is still a blowout, though. No Shatter the Sky, and the blowout will go the other direction, though, so, what have you got, opponent? Narset? Oof.
Humble your mind. There is
Goodbye.
always
Goodbye, Hateful
then
Eidolon.
act.
At least I have to imagine goodbye, Hateful Eidolon. Maybe it's goodbye, Pridemate. At which point I still have a fairly decent... Nope. Still draw a card, though. Alright, so here... 1 mana away from Lurrus, and all that glitters. I don't want to play the Hateful Eidolon back out quite yet. So I'm going to Pridemate number 2, double Sentinel's Eyes. Both on the Pridemate, I might add. Actually, do I want to put it on the... Actually, I think I'm going to hold back here, so I can hold up the Islid. I keep forgetting it has other text. So you two attack there. You hit them. Goodbye, Narset. Goodbye, Chunk of Life.
How overwhelming.
Hello, very large creatures. So here you're seeing us play the aggro deck. We are also, as you've seen in the first game, I believe, capable of playing the controlling role with Lurrus and things like Deadweight. Hateful Eidolon just being a card advantage engine. Alright, so what are you going to attempt, which is a very key word here, to steal? So first spell, I'll give my big one Pro Blue. Because I don't want a second agent coming down to take it. Or, you know, Yorion. So I imagine we're going to lose our other Pridemate here. Ooh. I completely forgot when you Yorion, you get to unlock your Fires of Invention. Right. So maybe we're losing a land here? I'm not sure what's happening, I just know it isn't going to be good for us.
I prefer peace.
Gaining life to try and get themselves out of this hole that we've put them in. Oh, it's the cat. No, can't target. Oh, Sentinel's eyes. That doesn't work how you want. Oh no, it is the cat. Okay. Saw them there for a second. I was concerned and confused. Alright. Suppose I should give some thought to Lurrus here, but it's not really what I'm in for right now. I'm gonna Sentinel's Eyes again so that they can't kill it. Deploy a Ginger Brute. Unblockable Ginger Brute. Ginger Brute swings there, and Pridemate swings at Narset. No, if I just killed them if they let it through, I think I'd rather swing there. Because otherwise it just gives them an extra turn to block, and the Narset gets to live if they want anyway. Nothing really changes. Gonna allow them a turn with the cat because we don't need it back yet. Dead weight could be used in other ways.
Strike with the cunning mind of the dragon.
Alright, goodbye, Ginger Brute. So I was trying Shadow Spear in this build earlier, and I kind of wish that I still was, because it would be... I mean, that's a... Never give the GG until you're actually swinging for lethal. Just kind of rude. Alright. Here we go. And let's see if we can show them why. And a Ginger Brute. Next turn, double all that glitters. And if we draw a land, that's a lot of damage. Alright. So much for that. Still have outs here, though.
Strike with the cunning mind.
Nope, opponent is in fact playing cautiously. Taking no chances. Oh. Literal no chances, it appears. Here. Yeah, I'll play double Pridemate. I don't want to kill their agent, only to have Elspeth conquer Death It. Although I do want to get it out of here before. Suppose
Let me help you, dragon.
I do have to let them. Which will eat up my entire turn next turn. I forgot they had a Yorion in the yard, which is definitely much worse for us than any
You meditate and prepare.
just individual agent trigger. And that is where the game is completely over. We could try and imagine we could fight through one more agent, two more. Two more is one too many. And alright. There you have it. You got to see the deck with its strengths and its weaknesses. It is, once again, just to go over it real quick. You have the engine of Hateful Eidolon and removal enchantments, Ajani's Pridemate and things that gain life, Cat Oven included in them, Lurrus and removal spells, plus things that you want to bring back from the grave, all that glitters, and artifacts and enchantments. Also Dawn of Hope, which I'm thinking might be a little too cute. It's only really great if you are already ahead and able to afford the mana, or if you're flooded. So looking through, I think maybe I might change it out for a Shadow Spear, because as you saw, if we could have trampled through with Pridemate or with a giant Hateful Eidolon a few times, that might have been something that swung it in our favor. Maybe more flying creatures, but I don't want to lean that hard into the All That Glitters plan, although it does also go with the Ajani's Pridemate plan if it's also a lifelinker like Healer's Hawk. And yeah, that is the deck. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you all next time.